Hello and welcome
Hello,
to
and welcome to the Rambler Podcast
Network. School news, current events,
and a touch of nonsense.
Welcome to the Rambler Podcast, everyone. I'm Xander Napont.
And I'm Joslyn Morgan.
And we have some very interesting stuff to talk about today. I may say that with a bit of bias because we're talking about the spring drama production of Newsies.
As you all know, Xander and I are in drama, and we enjoy it very much. We have a show coming up, and the show dates are the 8th, 9th, 15th, and 16th of March.
Yep, and like we said before, the show is Newsies. And basically what Newsies is about is a ragtag gang of ragamuffins. That's a stupid joke because only me and Joslyn get it. But just some news kids back in the day, they were like, hey, we should get paid more. And then they wanted to get paid more, so they go on strike.
All right, Xander. So here's what happened. So basically, there were children. They could be from ages like 4 or 5 to 18 or 19. And they were working in terrible conditions, outdoors, homeless, didn't have anywhere to go. They were selling newspapers, and the big newspaper giants needed to make more money, so they started upping the price of papers. And when the prices go up, the Newsies sell less papers, and so it was becoming harder and harder for them to stay alive. So they went on strike.
I might have dumbed it down a little bit.
And then they made it into a musical.
Because everyone knows it's always better if it's a musical.
If it's not a musical, did it even really happen?
I don't think so. I mean, think about it. How many musicals have you heard about World War II and the Civil War and America in general? Hey, we got Hamilton. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Okay, so...
Okay, don't look at me with that face.
Xander, why don't you tell us about your character?
Okay, my character. I'm a newsie named Albert, and my best friend is Race, another newsie played by Carter Binkley. And I used to live in a trash can with 2 dead raccoons, but then Race was like, hey, you should come hang out with me because those raccoons make you stink.
Pause. Continue in your newsy voice.
He was like, hey, come stay with me. And I was like, okay. And then we went to the scaffolding below where Jack sleeps, and we were like, hey, we're going to sleep here. And he's like, okay. And then we slept. And here we is.
All right. Okay.
Tell us about your character, Joslyn.
Okay, so my character's name is Specs. The most obvious is that I wear glasses. But basically, these backstories are things that we make up for ourselves. And basically, I like to think that, Specs is a little bit more educated than the rest of them.
You a little bit less character then.
A little bit less violent and angsty, and he's basically just the lookout for all of them. And he's got glasses, so it works out really well, and he just keeps an eye on everything to make sure that everybody knows what's going on.
Right. All right. Well, we're gonna bring in our drama director, Mrs. Zucker. Is she on? Perfect.
Oh, Mrs. I've had Zucker. A chance to chime in this whole time and kept my mouth shut.
Apparently.
That's the longest I've ever stayed quiet when people were talking ever. So, I always have something to say. Like, I think you guys forgot to say this takes place in New York.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
And about Joseph Pulitzer owning a big newspaper. So it's based on real history, right?
Yeah,
right.
We should say that.
Yeah, so you probably have questions to ask me, but I have things to say because I kept my mouth quiet for a long time, so now I'm going to jump in. So one of our other directors, Mike Hauser, who's our main acting overall director, to kind of get the kids into what what the history of this story is, he brought in some real pictures from New York and of the time period of these Newsies. So the kids understand, our kids, our cast, you guys, would better understand that you're not just Disney characters. Because when we see something that's by Disney, we always think, somebody's singing and, an animated animal's going to fly down on your shoulder and tweet with you, right?
A lot of people are probably expecting to see a Disney musical, but there's so much more to this play.
This is based on a true story, and in a time when kids did not have a say for safety and for being cared for and have a voice. And so it's a great musical. It's a lot of dancing, a lot of singing, a lot of comedy, but it has a real serious background to it, so that it's kind of cool that people understand that it's a true story in our history. And to kind of help with that, those pictures that Mike brought in, we're actually going to have for people to see, to set the mood and the time period when they come into the house the nights of the show.
That actually segues perfectly into the second bullet point on my list, which is the emotional intrigue for the audience. So as not just a drama director, but as a mom, how does it feel? I guess I should mention there's a big fight scene, and we won't give up too much about it, but it's pretty violent, especially considering the fact that these were children.
Mm-hmm.
As a mom, not just to your children, but to all the children of the cast.
Well, that's what is my job.
How does that feel to you?
It's, it's hard. And I don't want to give away too much, but there's a certain character in that scene that has a lot of emotion. And, it doesn't surprise people when they know that I tear up easily. But every time, every rehearsal, it doesn't matter. When that part happens and those emotions are happening on the stage, it makes me emotional, and it's pretty intense. And then you add the lighting that we've added this week, and the music, and the extra mics, and the costumes. All those things add to the realism and the intensity. So
another added bonus to this play is if Jalgis ends up staying sick or getting really bad, then you guys get to see Michael Hauser perform. And he's just so great.
So we've had so many people sick this week. So Kip Soselsky plays one of our leads, Kathrine Zucker plays one of our leads, Jacob Alger plays one of our leads, and Alex McGeorge plays one of our leads. So far, Kathrine hasn't.
They're whispering to her.
Hasn't gotten sick, but
you just jinxed it. Thanks a lot, Joslyn. Really appreciate it. Actually, she started off last week, but didn't get as far sick as everybody else.
The three boys have been resting their voices, and so we've had Mike Hauser singing everybody's parts all week.
And it's just great, especially when he acts with himself. Or tries to harmonize with himself.
Did you hear him
it's always great.
Hit Katherine's note yesterday?
Crazy.
We heard that was crazy from Jalger. And actually, why don't we take it over to Jalger if you want to. There we go. Jalger, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Yeah? Are you excited for the play?
Oh, I'm extremely excited. It's the first time I've been a lead for a show, and so, of course, there is a lot of pressure going on me, especially since my throat has not been the greatest this past week. As we learned, Mike Hauser has been singing most of my lines.
What's it like being a lead?
There is a lot of pressure you put upon yourself.
Right.
I've noticed that a lot of people are there for you constantly. They believe in you. And you end up putting more pressure than there actually is.
Right, like the rest of the cast probably is just like, you're going to do great, you're awesome, Jacob, but in your head you're like, oh, God.
Yeah. 24/7.
So speaking of how it makes you feel to be a lead, how does it feel to have Will McGinnity steal your woman?
Oh, well, no one can compete with Will the Thrill.
That's true.
Yeah, so Will McGinnity is quite the flirt in this show, and I think that Jalger needs to keep his eyes peeled because
Will's
he's got a
coming
little bit
after
of competition.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a woman's man.
Will's taking names. How is it performing on stage with the antagonist played by Kip Soselsky, Joseph Pulitzer?
That is Something that I will never forget. I remember like a week ago, he started looking at me and started doing goofy faces halfway through because he felt like he had the scene perfectly nailed.
Okay,
so
it's actually so funny, like, that Kip plays a bad guy, and I've got a funny story for you guys. So, we're doing dress rehearsals, and I put a scrunchie on his wrist, and he's, like, this big, you know,
Big
mean
boy,
guy,
yeah.
and he's, like, singing his angry song, and he's got this scrunchie on his wrist, and, like, that was funny and whatever. And then I heard Mike the other day complaining to somebody else about how Kip had a scrunchie. I mean...
Way to go, Joslyn.
You messed everything up.
But yeah.
Specs.
Just in general, Kip as a bad guy. But you know what's funnier than that?
What?
Carter Coates getting beat up
Ooh, wow. By his dad, too, the
by
elementary
his
school
own
teacher.
dad.
Yeah, we have a few adults coming in to play roles. So if you guys would be interested in seeing characters such as Mr. Fritchie, Mr. Bryant, Mr. Ivy, Mr. Daniels, and Mr. Coates come out on stage for their debut in drama, then you guys should check it out. And we also have a cameo by Mr. McKenzie. It's always great to have him here. Always a big help for drama, so it's great to see him. But Alger, one of your co-stars, Alex McGeorge. What's it like singing with him? Because I gotta say, I've known Alex for a long time, and his voice has gotten really, really good and rounded out these past few years.
Yeah, I was extremely shocked. I was part of his group for auditions, and I haven't heard him sing in a while because he hasn't done the spring musical because of baseball.
Right. Yeah.
And so I heard him do his audition song, and I was just blown away.
Yeah.
And he's one of the most fun to sing with. Our voices blend really well.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a lot of chemistry, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. It's always great to see that between cast, and it's always awesome to see that our directors picked well.
Right. Speaking of chemistry, someone who I think is really, like, important to the Newsies, because we're all super close and we all act really well together, but Carter Binkley has so much chemistry with everyone in the cast. He just performs so well with everybody.
He's bouncing off the walls.
And, you know, if you need another reason to come see Newsies, Carter Binkley is smoking a cigar the whole time. So, you know, just throwing that out there because it's funny.
It is pretty funny.
It was Coronas.
I don't think that was... Actually, this is perfect. This is the perfect time. Kathrine, you're going to come put on my headset because we're doing a new segment. I'm going to hand it over. So I'm actually going to be signing off, guys. So I'll see you next time. But we're going to play... What are you calling this, Joslyn?
We're going to call this Complete the Lyric.
Complete the Lyric.
Kathrine just goes, this is going to make me look bad.
Probably.
Okay. So, we can't use the Newsies soundtrack because,
Copyright.
we'll get sued.
Yeah.
So, you guys are just gonna have to complete these lyrics. The first one's really easy.
Right.
Hey, that's my
Cigar.
Hey, that's my cigar.
You'll steal another.
Okay. I mean, the point was for you to sing it with me.
Oh, okay.
Well, you sounded great. It's okay.
So yeah, we'll finish it and then we'll all sing it together. I won't be shaving your blank anymore, no senor.
What?
Back?
Yes, it's back.
That's the girls, right? When I'm singing my song.
Do you know how to sing it?
No.
I won't be shaving your back anymore.
No,
That's what they say?
Yeah.
I listened to him.
Oh, they're very scandalous.
All right. They'll be learning a real life lesson in
Economics.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be learning a real life lesson in economics. Frank and Eduardo chipped in for a blank.
Yacht.
Frank and Eduardo chipped in for a yacht. You guys aren't singing this with me.
Oh, yeah. Well, she speaks it there. So
what is that?
It's in That's Rich with Annie Johnson.
Yeah, Annie Johnson does a really good job in that song.
Oh, yeah.
Blank are shooting bright as the sun.
What?
Oh no. I'm not in this song.
It's flash
Flash
mobs.
pot.
Flash bots.
Yeah.
Flash mobs.
I said pots.
It's okay. I said mobs. All right, ready, Katherine? 1, 2, 3.
Flash pots are shoot as bright as the sun. Oh.
Window Lux.
All right.
That's not it
That's not
either.
it. Dang it.
This one's my poisonal favorite.
Ooh,
The
poisonal.
blank ain't so badly so far, 'cause so far they ain't brung us no blank.
The food ain't
Ooh.
so badly so far.
'Cause so far they ain't brung us no food.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't brung us no food, so we're gonna go get some of that right after we finish this last little bit.
Boy, if they tell you to jump, you jump or you're screwed.
If you have any questions for any of us, anybody that you heard talk today, send them to Team BCVI on Twitter. Do either of you have any insightful words or anything you want anyone to take from Newsies that you just want to leave with?
Ooh, that's a good one.
You can think about it.
My first inclination is say don't get sick,
Yeah.
but I'll have more insightful thoughts for later. I need to think on that one.
All right, Mrs. Zucker, what are your insightful thoughts?
Oh my
You can just talk
gosh.
into Katherine's
Okay,
face.
so how many times do people say, I waited till senior year to do drama, and I wish I hadn't waited to do drama? So it's not these
Yeah.
guys that are here. These guys have been with us the whole time, but we hear that a lot. So, Mason last year, and we've got Ethan this year who wish that they hadn't waited until their senior year to do drama. So, you know what? It's something that everybody can give a try. And if it's not for you, that's fine, but we do 2 major shows a year, and come and check us out.
Right, and it's friendships that are unlike anything else. You
Yeah.
just heard us just in here.
Yeah, there's the big theme for Newsies is camaraderie. The main Newsies are a family throughout the whole thing, and I think it's not just me when I say this, that the whole cast is bonded extremely close during this process.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really true for drama. You get these relationships and these memories that you're never going to forget. And this is one of those shows that I know I'm going to look back after a while and I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to be proud that I was in that.
Yeah. We've sort of become like a family. That doesn't mean like you're always happy with each other all the time, because what
there
family is. But like
two times.
it really is like a family, and it's one of the best experiences that I've had.
Mhm.
And I don't think you can fully understand what it's like until you're a part of it. And it's going to be really hard to leave.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, thanks for making me cry, you guys.
Yeah, don't mention it.
On that note, thanks for tuning in to the Rambler Podcast Network. And don't forget, it's a great day to be a newsie.
All right.